I deal with depression. Lately I deal with depression. The weight of the fame on my shoulders, and I just been putting in maximum effort. Sheesh. Paranoid, paranoid. I just been dealing with paranoia. You know, like I know, them guys just ain't loyal. Paranoid, paranoid. I just been dealing with paranoia. You know, like I know, them guys just ain't loyal. Oh, what happened to love? And it was there for you to go. And there's no trust. And now we ain't speaking at all. You ran out of love. I knew you were fake all along. That's just who you was. That's just who you was. Cold sweats in my sleep. I can't eat. These demons been holding me back. These niggas been scheming for weeks. They think they unique. I can't feel it fake and they deaf. I'm angry. I'm clenching my teeth. I can barely breathe. That's an anxiety attack. So Lord, please bring me peace. So give me your peace. If the enemy know that I'm strapped, I got enemies that always envy me. They on the bandwagon with no empty seats. So excuse me, please. Ain't no room for these. Trying to separate from all this energy, all the lies, hate, and negativity. Lord, help me see what I cannot see. All the fake niggas who are cowardly, give me the power and I will devour these. Paranoid, paranoid.
This is gonna be confusing. You start to feel like it's gonna be a confusing part of the podcast. Thinking about where to look at now. I never want to know. Not. Yeah.
Give them all of them reviews. It's like you do
Them guys just ain't loyal. Oh, what happened to love?
give like all of them.
And there's no trust. And now we ain't speaking at all. You ran out of love. I knew you were fake all along. That's just who you was. That's just who you was.
You want to put another one? Or we good?
Yeah, I'm about to play Strong Fast. How do you gotta go? New Manifest Blokes. Blokes. New Manifest Mates.
Manifest bruv.
We need a soundboard.
Manifest bruv.
Not the new tunes. Yeah, y'all boys tune in, lock in. You see the new setup. New places.
I need you closer. So can you
so funny.
You see one shirt in 2 days, and I'm wearing it again. I'm giving it all its proper
Running
weight.
it back. Running it back. You like this loop?
This is really like the most overrated bar this year, bro. Big bottom, wearing a freestyle, and niggas at the media. That's how I know Atlanta is like a fucking man. Trash.
It's on the way, Chris. He's out already. It's out already.
You might have plugged it. You talking about let niggas know. That nigga's in his bag.
She's on the bag too.
No, she definitely not. I mean, she like obliterated, but
Yeah, what is that? She really kind of wants me, right? I ain't gonna hold you. We get that one from your daddy. We got boom, boom, bam, boom. You better sing, nigga.
Zuri's vibed out.
I like this song, man.
Yeah, she almost went into that
Boy,
state.
what?
It was almost good night.
She like this song so much she about lost her life for
It
it.
was almost good night. This is This is not my best cover art, but it's my best cover art.
I wish you would have did like the actual way it looked, like how it'd be like MP3 dash like the underscore. I wish you would have did that, but it is dope.
This shit disappearing off the screen. You see this? You see this happening?
Oh shoot.
The website been acting crazy on that page though. Oh, I think it's done.
What's up, y'all boy? We back. I am KJ.
I am DJ.
And this is the Bad Takes Podcast.
That was Zuri. Very excited.
I'm about to say that was Zuzu. She in the building too, guys.
Ecstatic.
And that was some new music from we can't really say Hive Audio. It's from Camp. The new music from Camp. The Remedy and Lace the Hands called Come Over. That is out now everywhere. Go cop that. Go listen to that. Go stream that. Do whatever y'all do with music.
For sure.
It is called Come Over by The Remedy and Lace the Hands. If you guys were on earlier, the song that was playing is a little exclusive. You know, you might get it. Might not.
You know, you never really know with these guys.
You never really know with these guys. You know, them niggas that manifest just be doing whatever they want to do sometimes.
Truthfully.
As you can tell, we got a new setup today, guys. For those of you going to live, y'all are a little closer than y'all usually are. We got some things popping. DJ.
Yes, sir.
How you been, man?
I've been straight, man. It's been a week. I feel like there's been a lot of shit to look at, and that's I always like weeks where there's a lot of shit to look at and have your opinion on. So you know, it's one of those weeks I feel like I fuck with heavy.
Okay.
Oh,
I forgot to say, guys, if you guys are, you know, just as you guys are trickling in, those of you who are new to the podcast and you're watching live, and those of you who aren't new and you just enjoy watching us, you're watching live, go ahead, hold down the like button if we say something that you like. If we say something that you dislike, hold down the like button twice, and that's a dislike button. Go ahead and try it out right now. Dislike something that we just said. Appreciate you. Now go like something that we just said. Appreciate you. Alright, back to the show. With me, you know, I've been chilling, bro. Life been lifing. Really excited for this weekend, but also dreading it at the same time.
Why you say dreading it?
Cause my nigga, you know, there's just a lot going on, right? So I was really looking forward to this weekend. And, you know, relaxing, chilling with my peoples that I ain't seen in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Really, really vibing out.
Yeah.
However, I got some things. How you doing, Christina? However, I got some things that I got to do Saturday.
Damn.
So, I didn't want to do it like I did it last year for homecoming. I came up on Friday, then just went back early Saturday. I didn't want to have to do that again this year. But brother, I'm just have to, you know, bite the bullet on that gas. Because I'm leaving Thursday.
Yeah.
We got some business to handle Thursday. You know how we go. And then to go to Conway. And then I'm coming back home Friday. Then I got a pop-up event that I have to coach. It's an all-black event. Our first all-black event. It was my idea at the Black Food Truck Festival, which is why I have to be there, because it was my idea.
Yeah.
So, we're on to that. Saturday morning. That starts at 9. You know, it's about an hour. At the most, it'll take 2 hours. By the time I get done and actually make it back to Conway, y'all niggas probably won't even be dressed yet for the tailgate. So I'll make it in ample time.
True.
But I just didn't want to have to do all the back and forth and whatnot. But it looks like I'm going to have to do that, brother. Looks like I'm going to have to do that. And I have to leave Friday. Like, I have to leave Friday before niggas come. Because I know how I go.
Yeah.
If I don't leave before niggas arrive, I'm going to convince myself to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning Saturday and drive back to Charleston.
Damn.
And then coach and then drive back.
Damn, nigga.
Yeah, man. Life be lifing, yo.
It does. Damn, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Because niggas really was looking forward to having you there the whole weekend.
I was looking forward to being there the whole weekend. Literally didn't find out that I was actually... So, I proposed this, right? Make it an all-black event. At Black Food Truck Festival, which is this weekend in Charleston. I proposed the event like a month or two ago. Ain't hear nothing about it until last week. The Black Food Truck Festival page posted on their Instagram and was like, we're partnering with The Vault, coached by Strong Tower / Givens _KJ. Literally just me. It ain't tagged nobody else. It ain't tagged Devon. It ain't tagged, you know what I'm saying? Just me. And I was like, and this is after I done called, you know, the boys and was like, hey, y'all boy, I'm gonna be there this weekend. We need to go ahead and get an Airbnb. I bet. Done put the money down and everything. Now niggas is like, so yeah, KJ, you got a coach. Huh? And they're like, well, I mean, it was your idea. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that's annoying. That's fucked up, bro. Damn it, nigga.
Yeah, man. Life be lifing, bro.
I just knew you was gonna be there with the boys.
I'll be there Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll be there Thursday.
I guess it's not bad.
Really, the only day I'm missing is Friday. And honestly, I wasn't going to go to the sneaker gala to begin with.
So, yeah, that is a good point. Not bad. Not bad. I guess we do still get Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is there, niggas is outside. Kita is cutting the 1 and 2. She's watching the cameras.
In the building.
You know what I'm saying? Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Did you watch?
The Kanye one? Nah, not yet. That's not so long. All of their episodes are so long. I need time to sit down. It's
so hard.
And listen or watch something for 2+ hours.
And the thing about it that's crazy to me is niggas is like, I thought, okay, so I was on the timeline. I kept seeing niggas say, pay her. Brother, how did you get it?
I'm not even listening to Jeanette. I'm not paying her no attention.
But nah, the thing that's confusing me is because niggas kept saying that,
I like that idea.
That's why I'm not paying no attention.
Exactly.
Want some ASMR?
Is that what we're providing right now? ASMR?
ASMR, Drink Champs, everything. No!
Yo, but that's what I'm saying. Like niggas be saying, like niggas is acting like Ye couldn't say nothing. Nori was just confused. I feel like Kanye wasn't.
I
really,
need to watch it.
This may be his most. This may be Kanye's most clear interview ever.
I'm not gonna lie, he do be saying some stuff that don't be making no sense.
No, all the time. That's what I'm saying. So I watch interview expecting him to get on his like. It was a couple times that I would like just trail off. I'd be like, nigga, how'd you get on this topic by yourself? But like most of the shit was like pretty straightforward, and like he really wasn't being like crazy Kanye. Like niggas act. You know it's bad, and this is what I realized afterwards. It had to be like him not being crazy Kanye, because niggas immediately went with that Big Sean quote. Like niggas act like that was like the wild. Like Kanye said some wild shit before, bro.
I didn't know what niggas were talking about. All I know is Jasmine hit me up and was like, well, she was in the room, she didn't really hit me up. She was like, I don't like what Kanye said about my friend. Who's your friend?
Big
She
Sean.
was like, Big Sean. I was like, what'd he say about Big Sean? She was like, he said the worst thing he ever did was sign him. And I was like, I don't know what, like, in what context he said that in, but I could totally believe that is something that Kanye wholeheartedly feels with all of his chest, that is a bad decision on him.
And that's the only thing that ever bothers me about people when they say that he says wild shit. You believe in things very truthfully. He just does the same thing. He's just famous. He says it, bro.
He
like,
believing
like
in
you
with
can't
his
tell a
full
nigga
chest.
his opinion is wrong. Like that may not. That's definitely 100% not the worst. Because designer was signed to good music. That's obviously wrong.
Yeah.
But what he said, you know what I'm saying?
Big Sean's arguably one of the best to be signed to big music. So,
His argument,
good music.
That's what I'm saying. His argument wasn't even based out of music though. So it's like you also gotta listen to Kanye.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was something about like politics or something like that.
Yeah, he said that Big Sean and John Legend. He basically turned into a Big Sean John Legend. Like they just got used by Democrats. He doesn't have a problem with people.
John Legend was good music.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the argument basically wasn't even based out of that. It was based out of him being mad at two of his friends because they didn't vote for him. That was what it was. That's what you break it down to. But people, you know what I'm saying, you put shit on the news and it's like...
That nigga said two of his friends because they didn't vote for him. Nigga, nobody is voting for you. There's a lot of people who did not go for you.
Guys, today we're sponsored by Patron. There's a B on the bottle. Hopefully one day they'll really love us. But...
Oh! You got to clap, Marquita? Because DJ can't clap because his hand was full.
We need claps.
I'm just saying
Sorry.
that y'all owe me a new bottle.
Yeah.
Who is y'all? I'm not taking no drinks of that. That's DJ.
Well...
I got a long day tomorrow. I'm trying to push out all my clients for the week.
How much is long?
Like literally in these past 3 days, well, 3 days including tomorrow. So like Monday, today, and then tomorrow. I'm trying to get like all of my clients in for the week because they know I'm leaving Thursday.
Oh, shit.
I let them niggas know. I'm like, Thursday's a long day for me. I'm getting my hair cut in the morning. I got one client Thursday morning, like early. I'm getting my hair cut. I'm getting my last little vaccination shot. Then I'm on the road.
Niggas say you're not paying her to clap. That actually is. You know, we I don't think we're providing with the right things. I'm sorry, Marquita. We will definitely.
I don't want that.
That is funny.
That's my dog, bro. Stay silent, sister. Guys, we're taking homecoming shots. Here, Marquita, here's your homecoming shot.
Christina said, "I'm mad. I'm sad. I'm gonna miss the over it discussion.
Right.
Why are you gonna miss it?
Are you about to get off?
Yeah, where you
Since we're
going,
using this
Christina?
one, I can use this
It's
for
10
my
o'clock.
cats.
Oh, you about to go to sleep? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. I'm just putting the floor right here.
Do we have an over it discussion or still over it discussion?
We're about to, but I was also about to say I messed around and not my boss messed around because like I had like one-on-ones every Tuesday, which is apparently very prevalent when you work in a remote job.
Yes.
Obviously, you know, so niggas gotta check on you once a week at least.
Nigga, the shit.
They gotta see.
Shit, nigga. Jasmine got one every day.
Yeah, I'm not that bad yet, but I do definitely feel like we're gonna
she be
move
like,
in.
I got a meeting. I'd be like, my God, again? How much times I gotta meet?
It's egregious.
How many times do you niggas have to meet?
I'm not
Oh,
crying.
fuck. My bad.
Oh.
Like a little brother, what you call it? I didn't even plug in. I thought I did earlier.
She said, this is egregious.
I gotta go to bed, man. My bedtime early. I'm gonna be here for another 15.
Another 15. Well, we can have it right now. But I just want to say that my boss canceled my meeting today. She's done it every Tuesday for 3 weeks. And she's been with the company for about a month now. She's done it every Tuesday for 3 weeks. But I'm just letting her know, like, Thursday and Friday. This shit does say
I'm out of here.
out of the office. so I don't, you know what I'm saying, out of the office. That's not
Out of office.
Out of office.
Out of office.
Yeah, it didn't really slap just now when I said it.
But
But
I
now,
feel like filler words like the aren't usually an acronym like that.
Yeah, they usually aren't, but when you started questioning yourself, I was just trying to make it easier on you.
yeah, you definitely came through. Both of the computers now help me. Okay, let's get into it. Still over it. Marquita on you know what I'm saying, the woman in the room, women. We're getting on Still Over It. Please give your opinions. You know, what did you guys think of the album?
Please chime in, guys.
Was it okay? What are the questions we're asking? Was it better
Then
than Over It? Yes, technically.
You think so?
Not from a number standpoint.
I
It's
think
the greatest R&B album since Lemonade.
I think I said
supposedly
what?
that it is. It's,
We're talking numbers.
Numbers,
bro.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay.
that's what
Numbers
I'm
don't
saying.
count. I'm about to say numbers don't count, yo.
but I feel like you have to say something like that when you think about the amount of R&B that's came since then.
Nah,
that's kind of an egregious, bro.
numbers
Summer
don't
Walker,
count. Numbers
egregious.
don't count.
This isn't Drake. That shit's crazy.
Numbers don't count, yo.
This isn't Drake. That's just kind of crazy.
Is it?
The numbers are a little bit.
Is it?
You don't see that type of exponent.
Is
She
it?
she killed Megan, bro. She did
Wait.
200.
Okay.
R&B.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Exactly.
just
That's what
women-
I'm saying. That don't count.
You rarely see women touch 200K, but if like it's gonna be 200K, you wouldn't think it'd be an R&B artist. Like Meg did 30.
Yes, you would think it would be R&B. I would think of the R&B artist if it's a female. I would think R&B artist over rap artists.
Love the album. I feel like the marketing for the album was great, and hold on.
Summer's hard drive was a beautiful idea. No, the summer hard drive junk was. All right, guys.
LVRN doesn't miss.
All right, guys. Hot topic.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Hot topic.
Oh shit, here we
The
go.
Summer's hard drive thing was the best thing that happened to this album. And, you know, I'm going to stand on that. Listen, guys, I saw Shorty on TikTok say that she liked the album. She didn't like it like she liked Over It, but it's because she was not. She said, this is my flex, but not flex. She said, I'm not Summer's demographic anymore. I'm not hurt. I'm not, and I was like, I agree with you, sis. As a fan of R&B, I can understand this is good music. I can understand how other people could like it the way they like it. I can listen to it and be like, oh, this sounds good, you know, sonically or lyrically. Okay, she's doing something with this. But I can also listen to it and be like, this don't hit for me. It don't got no emotional connection whatsoever. Listen, I don't got 4 baby mamas or dealing with a girl that has dealt with a nigga with 4 baby mamas. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm in a good place in life. I'm not dealing with toxic people. And just the album was, again, I can acknowledge it was it's good musically. It just emotionally didn't touch on the strings of Kennard. And that's okay. That is okay.
I mean, I feel like the same, like, Over It, I really liked, and I feel like I can always put it out all the time, but, like, this one, like this girl on TikTok said, I'm not in a place where I'm hurting, like, I'm in a good relationship, I'm at a good point in my relationship, like, I'm happy with my felt like I don't even know. I think I was talking to DJ about it. I was like, I feel like I have to give it some streams and give it some runs because I was excited about it. But I'm just like, the songs are cool, and I listened to it like start to finish, and like Fourth Baby Mama. I think that's like one of my favorites just because.
She talking that talk.
Yeah, but like it's not something where I'm like, oh, I can relate to this because it's like I'm not going through that.
Clap for growth. Yeah, shots
Shots up. All right, let's go.
Yeah. Toxic champs.
I also would like to
Oh
say,
my god,
that junk smell like it hurt. Ooh, Lord. I smelled it on your breath, and it smelled like it hurt. Lord, we are old. I would also like to say, I'm glad I went into this album with no expectations.
yes.
Because if I would have went into it with the same expectations that Twitter would have allowed me to go into it with, I would have hated the album.
But I feel like it also sucks that the single was the single because that was the only song that was like that. Like when I said
Did I say that? Did I say that last week? I was like, it's probably gonna be the only song on the album that sound like that. And I'm like, I don't like that they reached for it.
yeah, I just feel like it was a random placement. And maybe it's because she wanted a JT feature, but
That's exactly what it was. They wanted that number one.
They want the pop and they want the JT feature, but the crazy part about it is
They didn't need it.
the single. All of her, she had 8. She went from being not. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy about this album because you rarely see this happen to a black woman. That's what I'm gonna say.
Right.
Like not even say
She
like
not
a
Taylor
rapper.
Swift,
What you call it? You rarely see this happen. She's Taylor Swift level.
She
right
not
now.
she
Damn
not
near,
she
bro.
not Taylor Swift and she not Beyonce, and only them type of niggas do stuff like that. I see
You know
what
what I'm
you're
saying? Like nigga, I think she did the same shit as Drake, where she had all 10 number like of what you call it. She went
yeah,
from,
I think she was like missing like one or something like that.
she
yeah.
went from having like I don't think a number 1 single at all to like having like 8, like all 8 of the top spots for the top 10. So like, this shit is incredible. You know, I think the album is really good. I think it definitely tugs at the heartstrings of people that are in the situation, like I said, and I feel like I share the same sentiment where I'm not necessarily there. But yeah, I feel like I didn't get let down. I think I didn't let it hype me up because I didn't really have an experience.
Same time that she put the expectations on herself by naming it Still Over It. The good thing is people are excited to see it, so you're going to get the numbers that she ended up getting just off the fact that everybody gonna listen to it once.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's kind of strange because
Which is why
you throw Still Over It on
numbers
there.
in it.
I mean, yeah, I don't usually play the numbers game either. I'm not even playing the numbers game. I'm literally just saying like
It's wild to see those. I see what you're saying.
like
Yeah.
it's like groundbreaking. Like I would not have if you would have told me last Tuesday that this album would be the number 1 because I don't want to say I don't think it's as good, but like even if you do the comparison thing, you know what I'm saying, with the album this year, and you go with Jasmine Sullivan, like that's what I would compare it to.
bit's
That's my number 1. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Like you compare this, like I feel like Jasmine Sullivan did what Summer Walker did, but in a more concise manner.
So, bam, brother. Oh my
And
God.
honestly-
I'm so glad you said that because that was my next point about the album. I love when people talk about their pain in their art, but they do it in a, I don't want to say subtle or discreet. They kind of make it artsy. Like they talk about their pain and make it artsy. Like Jasmine Sullivan was like, I've been dealing with too many men. I had to go work on myself. You know, I was dealing with some pain and, I had to go work on myself. Summer Walker was like, F this nigga London. I'm fed up with him. And I was like, to an extent, I love that you being blunt. But then I'm also like, dang, sis, make us think she could be talking about somebody else. You know how they be like Beyonce got lyrics.
Yeah.
And every time Beyonce say a lyric, we always think it's Jay-Z. But then we also like, she could be talking about somebody else.
Yeah, or like when we were having the conversation, whenever the shit came out about what's that song called in there, Marquita? With Ari Lennox.
on this album,
No, on the other one.
Sit on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Niggas talking about sit on it for a long.
that'd be
We're
hard.
talking about like the Ari Lennox interlude. We're talking about like who is this about? You know
Who
what I'm
she
saying?
talking
Like,
about?
Yeah.
Damn.
That type of thing. And I feel like with this album, you knew where it was, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with making music about the person you dealt with or like people you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like by the end of the album, she was kind of giving off that she was fucking with somebody else.
Right.
Or a couple songs in there. Definitely the ones with Omarion. I was like, this isn't about London. Or maybe it is. I don't fucking know. I just feel like there's a lot of duplicates for me, you
I
know?
thought that one with Omarion wasn't about anybody. I think she was just making a sexy song.
But that's the thing. I feel like that's also the problem when you. I feel like the problem that you have with a concept album is 2 things, right? one, your concept album can be too bulky. I feel like this one has that problem being too bulky. Then I also feel like whatever the concept you create, you kind of make that the canon of your album or you as an artist, you know, or whatever you're working on. So whatever, like if you look at one of my favorite concept albums, you know what I'm saying? You look at Mad City. This has a standardized set track list is kind of like duplicate of this, where you know the dates of these songs were recorded supposedly. You know what I'm saying? Even though it doesn't really add up because like one of the dates was like last month.
Right.
You know, so you have that like where it kind of like runs like that. And so if you have that and you have these dates and times, the people in your audience start to think the canon of this is, okay, this song happened to you and this was what transpired at this time and this is like dealing with this story. And I felt kind of the same way you did. Like it was like a pop-out song. Like I got a chance to make a song with Omarion. It's like I got a chance to make Usher. You know, a song with Usher, the first album. I'm just expanding on my features and things like that. And I do feel like that's might be like my only drawback from the album.
And I think
she doesn't feel personal besides those two songs.
I think she was kind of just like, this whole album is really, really deep, really pressing. Other than X for a reason, I think I need to make something a little more lighthearted. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna make this song about sex.
Yeah.
So I think that was also another thing. Christina said she had really high expectations for The Harder They Fall because I don't like nothing, and I co-signed it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all don't understand the childlike happiness that it was when KJ told me he liked that movie.
Yeah.
Because I just knew when I watched it, he don't be liking nothing, but he ain't like nothing in 6 months. Yeah. So this nigga say he like The Harder They Fall. I was like, nah, that's my favorite movie too. This shit works now.
I don't. It's not that I don't be liking nothing. It just be like I be expecting more from people who I expect more from. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. So like,
you didn't like Squid Games.
He didn't even get through Squid Game to like it.
I didn't like the first episode. I thought it was dumb of that first episode.
The first episode is the beginning.
I thought it was dumb. I thought it was dumb.
Ask
DJ. I will stop watching the show off the first. If the first episode ain't amazing, if it don't catch me, I will stop.
You knew it was gonna happen.
Why would you make an hour-long episode slow? That don't make sense to me. You have total 60 minutes to catch my attention, and you was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. Why not? Issa Rae caught my attention in 28 minutes.
Does she though?
Not in this season. She does a terrible job of.
We'll
talk about that later. But first episode caught my attention in 28 minutes. Squid Games took a whole 60 for me to just be like, what is going on? And I was like, I still don't want to watch it.
Keep watching it.
That has a lot to do with it, which is what I was about to say when he said it was childlike happiness. It was like two of my favorite things: black people and cowboys.
Cowboys are your favorite thing?
And I'm not even talking about the football team. That's also one of my favorite things too. But my daddy literally watched westerns. It's like the only thing he watches on TV. So growing up, that's all I ever would see on the TV is westerns. But it's always these white guys: John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, da 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 da. You telling me I get to see some of my favorite actors: Regina King, Idris Elba, Jonathan Majors, Lakeith Stanfield.
That wasn't me fucking.
I'm like.
That wasn't me fucking go.
I'm like,
he gonna be the one to do it for us.
And he really is.
That nigga's the chosen one.
That nigga that played Jim.
RJ?
He was my favorite character.
This nigga is so
he was my favorite character.
So now we skipping. Okay, so wait, what would you, before we move on, what would you rate Still Over It? Or do you
musically Still Over It?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.8. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sonically, musically, she was missing London.
He was on a lot of songs though, I heard.
She was missing London. You could tell from the production. His beats were. You could tell from the production.
I see.
Like the way her vocals sounded. Like I was like, Or maybe, pregnancy does do that to you. So
you don't think Sean Garrett helped any? I don't know, bro. I do feel like the album is great, but I do feel like it is one of those situations where I'm just not in that place, Like it really that's about as simple as you can put it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think I'm probably about the same 7.8, 8. Just because I see like the reception is great. So it's hitting its target audience. I've always felt like that's important. Like when niggas be like Playboy Cardi's music sucks, I'm not his target audience. Yeah. The kids that really like that nigga like him. So yeah. I can't be mad at it. I understand why he does numbers. Understand why this did numbers. I'm still gonna play that fourth Baby Mama song because I feel like that's just really good. Yeah, that's good. That's just good music. Bro.
I love me a great diss track.
Yeah,
I love a great diss track. And she said the very first thing she said, That nigga blamed her mama. I mean, his mama. I was like, ma'am.
Yeah, I was like,
Ma'am.
Man should have cut out time for the mother.
Ma'am. And then did a whole verse on like stuff that you know she only knows because she's dealt with him and the mother together. I'm like, this is a legit diss track. Like she was literally saying stuff that she was saying stuff that only Marquita would know because you told her about your life.
Exactly, bro.
I like the part where she was like, "You told people I was the queen, but it was just an R&B." I like that part. I just like the.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
No, and I feel like that's one of the hardest things to do musically for me, in my mind, is convince somebody of the opposite sex, like if you're a woman, convince a man to hate the man that you're also talking about. And by the time I got done, I was like, oh yeah, fuck this nigga London, dog.
Yeah,
like
bro.
fuck
Yeah,
this nigga,
bro.
dog. Like,
I was like, that
when
nigga,
we sliding,
that nigga London deserved less. Who is this
Yo,
nigga?
a nigga on Twitter blocked him and like screenshot it and like put it on his timeline. And nigga co-tweeted was like, damn, you really showed him.
Oh, niggas are funny, yo.
That
Niggas are funny.
That nigga London about to use that royalty money to pay his child support.
That nigga London
Be great.
That nigga London about to use that
Still have stacks.
fourth baby mama and a sample to his next beat. Y'all quit playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be a future song.
And then she said she mentioned Thug in there too. That nigga sampled fourth baby mama and then got Thug in the song rapping for him. I hope that doesn't happen.
She said, "Are you trying to catch up with Thug?" I was like, "Dang,
What do you do?
why you shooting shots at niggas that ain't deserve it? Like he didn't even make you." Oh Lord,
I definitely play the prelude every time.
She hit that nigga with "You Better Call Tyrone."
I need the prelude every single time.
Yeah, yeah.
Reference tracks. That's what I was talking about. I just love listening to reference tracks.
I also was annoyed with how many times I heard or saw Sierra's prayer this weekend. Very annoyed.
Tell me why though.
So much to the point to where I knew the prayer by heart, and I was like,
I listened to that one time.
I was like, guys,
You didn't play the prayer?
Huh?
You didn't pray the prayer?
I listened to it the first time I listened to the album, but it's just like, I mean, I think it's cool because everyone was talking. Always says on Twitter, "I need to pray," that Sierra said. I think it's cool to end it that way, but it's just not something I'm gonna play.
yeah. I thought it was dope, like for her to do for the album.
Yeah.
For her, like reach out to Sierra and be like, "Hey, what was the prayer?" I definitely thought that was dope, but I was annoyed with how many times I saw it, or how many times women were like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely about to say Sierra's prayer every night, every morning,
No,
every time I eat my food,
Hunchback.
every time." You said what?
I feel like a hunchback.
Oh. Every time I eat my food, every time I breathe, I'ma say Sierra's prayer, and I'm just like, guys.
Nah, yeah, I do think that is the problem that I had kind of with the album. The interludes, or like the snippet parts, just seem dumb long. Like even the Cardi B one, I was like, this shit not over yet.
Yeah, you should have clipped some of that out. Like you should have like cut into like the end part where she was like, "F them hoes," and then, but it was dumb long.
Jeanette, you don't be praying for the Korean boys? That's the
Why would I
problem.
pray for a
Because
man?
then you would be over there.
Oh, you talking about the K-pop niggas?
Because then you would be
Her
over
praying
there.
for the K-pop niggas.
I thought it was interesting how people were like that Sierra, Cardi, and Summer, the fourth baby mama. Oh yeah,
They're all the four.
What?
yeah,
What?
like the Spider-Man. Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Yo, that's wild. What?
yeah,
Cardi,
yeah.
Sierra,
Summer.
and Summer are all fourth baby mamas.
Yeah,
Technically, Sierra is
Is
the
a-
first baby mother of her husband.
But not a future. Who
Of her
first
husband.
child is though.
Of her husband.
exactly. Because once you become, what's up, Los? Once you you get married,
Everything before that don't even count.
How the child not gonna count?
Everything before that don't count.
Future is Lil Russell now. I don't know if you
Everything
knew.
before,
It.
I'm about to say that baby is Russell Jr. That baby name is RJ.
Let me stop. I'm sorry, Future. I gotta stop burning bridges. Ain't got nobody in the music industry to work with.
Summer and all the other three baby mamas got along and they could have a music video together. No. Okay.
I mean, they might get together now.
They are not friends.
She came back and said she came back and
Anybody
apologized.
will become friends for money.
Yeah, that's the only reason they was being mean to her. Because London promised her some money. Apparently, I'm just trying to follow. If we follow the Summer Walker lore, which we're not about to do,
Guys,
that's
I don't know nothing about what's going on after this. I thought we were talking music. I know music.
Yeah,
I don't know drama.
She has
I
some
don't-
slumber party or something that she was doing
a slumber party.
for a promotion, Summer Walker sleepover or something.
Why you didn't go?
It was online. I don't know what it was. I just saw it.
She had a digital summer party.
Yeah, I guess it's the third year of her doing it.
Of her first child, KJ. Yes, she is. That's all that should really matter about. You know what I'm saying? You're the number one mother to the baby that you just had. You know?
No.
And let's keep it pushing.
Yeah, let's go.
You know?
Because I know music. You know
what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
drama.
You the number one baby to the mother. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Are
I
you doing
said.
Insecure next?
Are we gonna do Insecure? We're gonna do the love, you know?
The harder they fall.
Yeah.
That was the luck. Let's get into harder they fall real quick. Because Insecure, we got like questions and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, you do have
It's like a whole
questions.
segment for Insecure.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, it was such a good episode too. Christine, I'm really upset that you can't be a part of this episode. Because this
She's still
Insecure,
here.
this episode
Oh, she's
for
taking
Insecure was really good.
Dang,
You can't
dog.
stay 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes.
This Insecure episode was really good, and I really want people's opinion on this. However, the harder they fall. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, the harder they fall.
10-4. Do you want to start on how you felt about it?
Sure. The harder they fall, man. You know, I'm trying to think, like, where do you even start at? The movie's just really good. Like, I feel like in a world where movies are bad,
In a world.
in a world where movies are bad and movies aren't interesting and movies don't do what they have to do anymore, I feel like a movie where you see yourself in the movie, it also has a good plot, and it's also shot very well, you know? You can't really beat one of those. Amazing soundtrack.
Amazing
you know,
cinematography. Amazing soundtrack. The score, amazing.
There's not really a lot of things to poke holes in. It's a historical film, too, because technically people in it are real. They actually did live, so, you know, so you're getting those little nods that you're able to go back and look to.
Right.
The movie's just fucking good, bro. That's really it. You know what
The
I'm
movie
saying?
was really good,
I
bro.
really like
And it's
RJ.
I love when a movie gives you characters that you want to know everything about every single character.
Exactly.
And I wanted to know everything about all of the characters. Everybody on that Love gang, I wanted every single one of them niggas to have at least their own hour of like, why are you this way? Who are you? Where did you come from? Everybody on the Rufus Buck gang, I wanted them to have their own hour of why are you this way? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Yeah, and you see the thing about it also, and like I'm gonna keep making because I don't think KJ's seen it yet still. But I'm gonna make some comparisons, not to compare the actual movies. So I think this movie is far better, but just like the idea of the large ensemble and how you can do a large ensemble film well, you know. But between The Harder They Fall and what's the movie that I was so
I
excited
don't know,
about?
nigga. Someone start with F.
What is it called? The Eternals. You know?
Oh, I thought you was talking about that other movie you said you saw. The one you saw like a week.
Oh,
or
The
two
French
ago.
Dispatch. That's also a great ensemble movie.
That's what I thought you were talking
Not an action ensemble movie. It gave me. I ain't gonna lie. I thought for a while it was.
Damn.
I thought it for.
Yeah, no, for a while, me and DJ literally were texting each other like, this guy, DJ texted me and was like, he loves a Tarantino-esque shot. And I was like, yeah, they're the best. I really thought it was a Tarantino movie.
But she was beautiful.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
I'm trying to think about where I would even start with like the diagnosis of the movie.
You can't really do a comparison to Eternal Dog.
No, I'm not trying. I wasn't.
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying a
trying.
lot of us ain't never seen it yet.
I'm not trying to compare it to the movie. I'm saying like I feel like when you have a movie like this, I'm saying like in comparison, like with the Eternals, like I finished that movie and I don't care about these characters.
Yeah.
This movie's over, and it's one of the rare moments where it's like the sequel. Is there gonna be a sequel? Oh, or are we gonna get a prequel?
Is there a prequel?
Cherokee
That's what I'm
Bill,
saying.
a Cherokee Bill prequel.
Oh my God,
Or
a
just
Cherokee Bill prequel?
you know what I'm saying? Where he's just out there living. You know that would be dope.
A Jim Buckwood?
A Jim Buck. You know.
My God, the part when he was like, "You saved me from this," I was like, "I want to know what happened."
A
How that
Lone
happened?
Ranger. You know, a Lone Ranger movie. You know, what I'm saying based off of what Delroy's character. You know, so maybe have him jumping back and forth between the ages with another young black actor. That would be crazy.
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
That's
That's not
like,
British, but it's okay because all the niggas is British.
Bro, they got so many British
That
niggas.
nigga Delroy's British.
That's just such a like. Why? What?
He been a black.
Ain't no Delroy's is British.
Delroy been a black father for a long time in American movies, and that nigga's a British man.
Shit's kind of sick, man.
Crazy, yo.
What's up, Kendrick? What's up, Tim?
Scared? What's up with you, boy?
But what were your favorite as a thespian, brother? What were your favorite takeaways from this movie? What are things that you really thought that were amazing? I know it was a lot of things.
Wow, Crispy God, my God.
Crispy God?
Wow.
We must be getting a good connection
Hello,
tonight.
Crispy God. How
The
are you?
world is giving us a chance.
Some of my takeaways. The thespian in me loves when an actor studies their role. So you can tell by some of the accents that some of them studied their role. Regina King had a Louisiana accent,
Yeah.
but this was based in like Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Or something, someplace in Texas, Salina, Texas, or something like that. Regina King had a Louisiana accent. Treacherous Trudy Smith, was an enslaved person from Louisiana. I love when an actor does their research. And that was like, yo, her accent is really dope. I wonder why she chose Louisiana and not just like a regular old country one like everybody else was doing. And I looked and I was like, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. My God.
I also liked how you I feel like too often in movies they give you like who you're supposed to root for, and I like how this movie's kind of like shot in like, you know what I'm saying, like obviously they kind of had the archetypes like this is the good guy, this is the bad guy, but like you very well could argue that the bad guys aren't really bad guys, you know. They've just been, I feel like the bad guys, what the movie tried to tell us is that they've been like fucked by life, like, you know what I'm saying, like they're taking their life into their own hands, you know?
And
kind
that
of thing.
the things that they're doing, they've had to do in order to survive, in order to thrive. And like,
Bro,
the
my
past,
eye
the
moment.
past couple of movies I've watched, bro, have done a great job of making me root for the villain.
No, definitely for sure.
When Rufus Buck had that one scene when he was like, Redwood ain't a hiding place.
Yeah.
I don't hide. Redwood ain't a dream. I don't dream. It's society that, and he basically was saying he can make a all black community in the 1800s when slavery, you know, they go a little further east. Slavery is running rampant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He basically was saying, I can make a civilization for black people to thrive here. Y'all gonna have to pay this tax. I'm gonna be basically the king of this.
Niggas threw a crazy price out, boy.
But it was a wild price.
Niggas threw a wild price. Niggas threw a wild price for 2021. So I know.
Niggas said
I
we
know.
can, if we get every penny, we might be able to get 15. He said, I want 50. I was like, sir,
And then
what are you gonna do with this money?
Then I understood like the plot, like why they had to get that 35 back. But shit, boy, that nigga Rufus didn't pull no bitch number out, bro. That nigga said 50. 50. That shit is pressure. That nigga.
I was like, my God.
And then had enough nerd had an attitude that niggas.
He was mad when niggas were like, I don't want to give you that kind of money. Killed the nigga. Killed the nigga.
You just got out of jail, nigga.
He killed the
like
nigga.
you just showed up.
We don't even know you, bro. We didn't know you from Reputation. You old? Like, what's up?
Also fucked with how D-Ray. Dion Cole went crazy.
Played a role when he wasn't technically funny.
Yeah.
Like, he was comical, but like not funny.
And also, like, you know, so just the ability to be able to like have like all that gold in his mouth. Like the niggas for this movie, bro. Like, I don't know. If this movie doesn't win something, I usually don't get mad about stuff, and I'm definitely gonna get mad later because they're probably not going to. But I just feel like it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like the backing is there. You have Jay-Z's pockets. Like,
They're gonna give it
obviously,
to him. They're gonna give them an award. They got too many.
It's like
it's too many variables. Like, you got Regina King, you got Idris Elba, you got Jonathan Majors, and it's produced by Jay-Z. It really is like they can't help but win at this point.
Delroy.
Yeah, but he not one of the award-winning niggas.
You're winning on awards?
Idris an award-winning nigga. Regina been winning plenty of awards these past couple of years.
Regina,
she been hooping these past couple of years.
That's a goat.
Jonathan got nominated for Lovecraft. He didn't win, but he got nominated.
This is the director's first movie, which is crazy. That's a crazy for your first feature to be
This.
this. But I mean, he is a composer. He's been doing this for a while. But it is kind of crazy, like to say, like I'm jumping into this ring and I'm not, getting poked out, because that the movie just unfolds so good. It's like one of those things. It's one of those times. I think what also works in the movie's favor is that like, Westerns already kind of have this comedic air to them, like not like it's like a joke, but it's like one of those things you just don't take that seriously,
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like for the Western, like to be able to possess what it does, as far as like the way the movie works, it gives that comedic air, but at the same time it's like, damn, you're like are kind of rooting for one side or the other. You're rooting for this individual character. You want to see that gun battle. You want to see that. So like when that happens, and the result of that, you have a reaction.
I also love that the women were like standalone characters.
No, fire.
Like they weren't. Their existence wasn't based off of a man, or based off of whatever, right? They were like standalone characters. Like Trudy is Trudy with or without Rufus Buck.
Yeah.
And Stagecoach Mary was Stagecoach Mary with or without Nat Love.
Yeah.
And I love that they kind of played into that. I love that they kind of played into Trudy and Buck having a love for each other, but not like a romantic love.
Yeah, they didn't really dive into that to like give more answers or anything. And I feel like that like helped the story a lot. So I feel like anywhere else they would have tried to shoehorn that in.
It would have been at least one kissing scene.
Yeah.
It would have been at least one kiss.
And we didn't need that here.
Yeah.
I really fuck with that. I really think that that's one of the better decisions that they made.
Yeah.
I think another good decision. Obviously, I'm not sure if this is like a beforehand. I'm not really sure how they shot this movie. I'm not sure. Like I haven't seen the script yet. So something like that. But like, I think letting Lakeith be Lakeith, who he is naturally.
Yeah.
Really benefited this movie, because obviously I don't know if a lot of niggas know anything about Cherokee Bill or know the history of Cherokee Bill or know much relating to Cherokee Bill or things like that. So I never heard like there's no way of us hearing audio of Cherokee Bill, stuff like that, because it's so old. But it's like I feel like even if this isn't how that character acted, like he did like a great job of kind of giving off that emo almost a little bit, like he did say that. Like I did read one of his Instagram posts where he said he was very mentally damaged during this time.
Yeah, like he basically was depressed during this time, and he said you could see it in Cherokee Bill's eyes. And I responded to you when you sent that Instagram post to me, and I was like, dang, I just thought that nigga was being a really good actor. Because like you could literally look into Cherokee Bill's eyes and be like, this nigga's in pain.
Yeah. Like
he looks like he don't want to have to kill these people that he be killing.
I think that's one of the craziest parts about the movie. I was talking about
like
this a little
the
bit
scene
on
where he
timeline.
was like, I hate why they always gotta count so slow.
Yeah.
He really was like, I don't want to have to kill you, but you're counting so slow, and I might lose this. I don't want to have to die.
That's why, and I was literally about to point that I was having like a little bit conversation on the timeline about this, and then it's kind of like over to myself. I was like, dog, like he kind of like is the embodiment of this is real. Like this is like niggas will die, heads will roll. Like the real Cherokee Bill killed 8 people. Like this nigga kills people, and it's like so we always hear these stories about like gun, saying things like this, and it's like, okay, like, this is like etiquette, but this is like, no, this is like a life or death situation. Like, well, how you have etiquette over a life or death situation, Well, that's these things you kept hearing, but it's like, no, nigga, like this is for real. Like,
and like
if it's for real, let's just do it.
Right. He really was like, I don't want to have to kill you this way, but I also don't want to die, so I'm going to cheat. So, I don't know, bro. I loved it, but we could sit here all day and talk about this movie.
I'm trying to think about some more good points I like about it. CeeLo Green song. Did I already say that? Amazing song, bro.
The whole soundtrack is good.
Amazing. Marquita, did you have any takeaways from that?
Kid Cudi and Jay-Z to start the movie off. I was like, my God.
Very, very amusing song.
My God.
You didn't have any takeaways, Marquita?
I mean, I liked it. I just liked what really got me was the end, how they like turned out to be brothers. That was really cool because then it kind of just explained on where he was coming from and explained like the opening scene. I don't know. I just really liked that part.
That was really good only because, at least to me, I can almost 100% of the time guess the plot twist in a movie or show I'm watching. That one caught me off guard. I had no idea. Maybe it's because I was too busy just watching the movie and just enjoying the movie, but like I would have never thought.
I feel like in my head, I didn't want that to happen, but when it did, I was kind of like, you know.
I didn't want him to die though. Like I was like, oh.
Somebody got died.
I mean, yeah, I feel like a lot of them died though during like the battle or whatever. But I mean, I guess I understand why he died. But I don't know. Sometimes
I don't know why Pickett had to die though. Pickett didn't have to die.
I think that was kind of like more of a callback to when the marshal said, "I think y'all niggas gonna die."
But I thought he was more so just referring to what's his face. But he did say y'all.
Pickett laughed with him. Pickett, you know,
Right.
Pickett kind of had like the same like, even though, you know, I feel like that was, I feel like what hurt is that they didn't really get to see each other off. You know.
Yeah.
That was like, but that's a great movie. Oh my god, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about these niggas like they're real. I said this nigga didn't get to send him off. This is a
Right,
movie.
right.
These are not real niggas. Dog. They do not know each other.
Speaking to see niggas off, yo, this was something I realized while I was watching, and kind of was like, I didn't think I even said it to Jasmine, but I was like kind of like thinking about it the whole time while I was watching it, and then after I watched it, I saw an interview of the director, and he pointed out exactly what I was saying. Rufus and Nat, like, never was on screen at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Them niggas was like never even in like the same area.
Yeah,
even
2 scenes
even
ago.
when Nat pulled up to the city, you never saw Rufus. He was like, "Where your boss?"
Yeah. The only time he had it when he got beat up.
When he got beat up, but even then, they not on the screen at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like you see Rufus, you see Nat. You see Rufus, you see Nat. It wasn't like you saw both of them. It wasn't until Rufus was in like the sheriff's house and Nat was at like the church all the way at the end, and you could see through the window Rufus was looking at Nat. It wasn't until then when them niggas was like actually shared the screen together. And I was like, that's so dope that the two main characters like never got to engage with each other until dang near the end of the movie.
And that's why I kind of feel like the whole like take your revenge, you know, type of thing. Like it kind of like you did all this shit now, you know what I'm saying? You can't not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ain't got here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you wanted. That shit, bro. That is
That
such a
movie's
fucking
so
good movie,
Like
dog.
I said, we could be here all day talking about this movie, but we an hour in and we ain't even get to Insecure yet. So let's go ahead and touch that.
Buckle on over to
Let's go ahead
Insecure.
and touch that.
Um,
I had a question off rip. And a lot of my questions came because I know niggas with children. How would you feel if Zaria had your last name?
I'd probably been mad.
Or is that like just a traditional thing? So you probably been mad?
Yeah, because I feel like if it's not like a, I feel like if there's no beef, then why not? You know?
Boom. And specifically, Marquis didn't even talk to you about it.
Yeah, I feel like
She
that's
just
one
was
of-
just like, you got there and like the birth certificate was like Zuri Kinzer, what's your last name?
Is that nigga? I was trying to figure out during the show, but I didn't want to rewind because you know how HBO be. Is that's her last name? Is
I don't know. I
Mustafa?
don't know what her last name
Or-
is. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's Mustafa, but I don't know what her last name is. I thought that was the middle name when they kept saying it. I don't know.
I feel like sometimes, like, just because the season been starting out slow, like, sometimes when they be going in dialogue, my brain just takes a second, to lock in, because it just be so much fucking talking.
I'm gonna take a little hop out of the question real quick and talk about that.
Yeah.
I love Issa Rae, but I hate that she does this to us. Like, the last 3 seasons really started off dumb slow. And, like, the last 2 episodes was like, ha, I got you niggas. I'm like, sis, this is the last season. If you ain't gonna give us an hour episode, at least give us every episode, like, punch us in the mouth every single time.
Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, for these first 3 have definitely, like, even this one was like, it was like, it's conversation off of it, but it's not like, I mean, I guess this is like a big episode. I feel like, personally, guys, before we even get into like the conversation, if you're listening to this, currently you're listening to this, you know what I'm saying, later in the future when it's on video or audio, I think Lawrence is perhaps the most, this not gonna go, this is definitely this show. Lawrence is the most traumatized man on television, the most traumatized nigga on this show. For sure. Person on this show. Person on this show. There's these niggas they do this nigga so bad, bro.
The way they
I don't understand why.
Lawrence's character, I'm just like, God dang. It's like every bad thing that happened, y'all was like, just let it happen to Lawrence. Let it do it to that nigga. And I was just like, wow, yo. But yeah, I was expecting to get punched in the mouth every single episode, and like I texted you and told you, this by far was the best one out of all the three because this had like the most like just things happening, right?
I also don't fuck with the time jump thing.
It's confusing.
The time jump reduction, I guess you would say, because like I guess we're back in time now.
Yeah, it's confusing because like the second episode is set a year later.
Yeah.
Which means the baby would have been
a year
or
about.
Or what, however many months, you know what I'm saying? The baby would have been.
I guess
born.
that is a good point. I guess that is one. Like what the concept that we had at the end of whenever she left in the first episode was that from that point, whatever Issa said or whatever like the Issa storyline was will be the current timeline.
Right.
And it made you feel like the baby was being born soon, but I do feel like the baby is a lot younger than what we think. Condola, maybe like 6 months. You know, 5
I was
months.
say you got to think like 9 months or da. I was thinking like a few months. But few months to a year old.
Yeah.
But it made it seem like it did a time jump back into now the baby is just being born. So I don't know, it was weird. It's weird. I didn't really like the time jumping forward and backwards and whatnot. But back to the question. You answered. You said if there's no beef, then why?
Yeah, I feel like if it wasn't like a convert, like I feel like I do feel like the topic of this episode or of the Insecure episode should be the concept of communication. I wouldn't even say co-parenting. I would just literally say communication because I feel like that's like what they were lacking before the parenting thing was communication. Now I feel like the baby's here. You can't really put that on the idea of co-parenting. You have to put it on the idea that like they just don't communicate well. So I feel like one of the things you would want to communicate, even if we are co-parenting, is okay. Is this like child gonna have my name? Because some people, I feel like some women have a very strong like, no matter who this nigga is, you know what I'm saying, who this nigga daddy is, he's gonna have his name. Now here you have the opposite where it's like, you said you weren't gonna be here, or you know what I'm saying, like we're not together. Why?
Yeah, like
you know
we're not together.
So it's like a wide range, and I feel like you can't assume.
Because I asked Jasmine as I was watching it, she wasn't even in the room. I called her into the room to ask her.
Then Jasmine don't be watching Insecure.
No.
Friend.
No, people don't be watching this junk.
Friend.
People don't be watching this junk.
No, niggas really don't. Like,
I don't understand.
I don't get it, but
I think it's because it is on like not the worst streaming app, but it's
most
like
expensive. Well, I guess not the most expensive.
It's on one of the ones that the least people have.
People
Like
think of as the expensive side.
yeah, people don't have that. It's like the least accessible one. But I called her in the room and I asked her, and she was like, "Well, if we're not married, then no, the baby won't have your last name." I don't understand that. Especially if, like you said, if there's no beef. And if there's no beef, at least me, at this point in time in my age, or my time in life, if I'm with you, I have all intentions on marrying you. It's just not happening right now because, you know, financial or whatever the case may be. If there's no beef.
It's really just financial.
Yeah, really, that's really what it is. If there's no beef, why would the child not have my name? Why would you? And then what I then asked her was, if we were married, would you give the child my name? She was like, yeah. So why would you go to the trouble of not giving the child my name now? We get married a year or two later, and then you have to then change that child's name.
I feel like with that idea you're presenting, like kind of like what Condola said, and that's why I never like that. I don't like a lot of the talking points that are used around parents, and I do understand that they come from niggas who don't have parents. Like that's the number one nigga on Twitter who's talking about babies, the nigga that doesn't have a baby, or the bitch,
Right.
or not bitch, woman that doesn't have a baby. You know what I'm saying? Those are people that are having these conversations. But I do hate like when it's like the whole my baby, it came out of me type of thing. Like, nigga, how did it get there though? You know what I'm saying? Like
That's literally what I said to
like-
her. She was like, well, I carried it. Well, how did it get there?
You know what I'm
Without
saying?
me, there'd be no baby. Without you, there'd also be no baby. But again, I still think that there needs to be a conversation.
It's minimizing the role of the black father.
Condolences and Lawrence didn't even have a conversation. He pulled up and the baby had a name.
Mustafa. What's this?
Elijah Mustafa. And he literally was like, Elijah Mustafa? First of all, this is what I also wanted to talk about. I think I sent it to you. I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but this is what I also
That
want to talk
nigga
to you
name
about.
is Mustafa.
I didn't like the
What's up?
energy that Kiki Palmer.
Kira?
Yeah, whatever. Kiki Palmer's character. I didn't like the energy she was giving to Lawrence.
The effort there was zero.
As if
Kira got away. They could have really just named her Kiki.
right, you really could have just said Kiki. But yeah, I didn't like the energy she was giving to Lawrence. Like, as soon as the nigga pulled up, she was just like, oh, that's why the baby looked like that.
That was such a fucked up thing to say.
And I was like, that's only a funny joke if we know each other and that we cool. This is the first time you ever met me. I don't even know your name.
Yeah.
You don't even know my name. And
You never met me. That
you
is a good
never
point.
met me. And this is the first thing you say to me. I didn't like that energy, but the reason I didn't like that energy is because that means for her to have that type of energy, Condoleezza has to be saying something to her. Condoleezza gotta be like, yeah, I don't like that nigga, F that nigga, he trashed, da. And I'm not understanding how. Where is this energy coming from?
Yeah, it is like one of those, you know, you feed. I don't know. I feel like that's always the problem that you see a lot when like women and their sisters or friends. I don't know. Is that her sister?
It's her
Is that what they
sister.
saw her on the show?
It's her sister.
Her sister. Condola is such a weird character, and I understand like they should have like I understand why she's there, but I mean I feel like that is an issue that persists in real life with women and or even men, with like relationships where like they kind of like give their perspective and then their friends hate the other person.
Yeah,
Like, just like you said, like I don't want you to hate him no more. I don't want you to hate him more than you do, or you already hate him, or some shit like that.
you already hate him, right?
And it's like, you know, man.
Which is
I
why
really
try to
don't
keep
want-
my stuff out of like. I try to keep my like relationships out of like y'all. Like I don't have to try to bring my friends into it because I know me as a friend. If you tell me something, I hate that person for the rest of my life. You might make up with her. I still dislike her.
Facts. For facts. What was I about to say? But yeah, I don't know, man. That whole like I hope they don't end up. I hope Lawrence doesn't feel like he has to give up stuff to go do this with her. I feel like that's where they're gonna take us. And I really just hope that's not what he does.
I feel like they kind of already.
They kind of like already like with that last scene. I feel like, but I don't know. They may. I cannot think of any other way for them to figure it out. But I'm sure they can.
I'm sure.
The team of writers that was paid to
sure.
come up with this show, I'm sure they can come up with something. Do you have some questions?
I sent you a few. One of which was the name thing. Another question I had. I didn't send this one, but I had it. Who do you take parental advice from?
Like how to be a parent advice?
Yeah, like who would you take parental or relationship advice from? Like who, and not like you as in like DJ specifically, but like who is a person or like a character of a person that you would take relationship advice from or parental advice from? And that's coming from the scene when Lawrence and what's her name? Consolation was at the baby party.
Yeah.
And they basically got into an argument,
Yeah.
like there. And then the homeboy, Derek, was like, hey, let's move these boxes for me. And then once he pulled up, he was like, yeah, but you don't got to act crazy. And at that point, I'm like, well, okay, it's good to have a friend like that. But like, do you take parental advice from all your friends? Or do you take relationship advice from all your friends?
I mean, I feel like
Or just like specific friends?
I mean, I feel like I said it before, like I said all the time, like, I mean, like, y'all are my friends and I love y'all, but, like, nobody is in the same situation as me. Like, that's number one. Like, nobody's ever in the same situation in life as you in
Right.
general, but I do feel like
But
in a
he
certain...
is.
He's not.
He's a father.
Just like that nigga said, bro.
I mean,
We're
y'all
co-parents.
married.
It's completely...
Right,
That's
right.
a completely
You're-
different scenario
you're
when,
right.
when a woman is taking out her spite, and that's what I'm going to call it, because I don't understand why she's treating Lawrence bad at all. So
I
I'm
don't know
going
if
to
it's
call
something
it...
that we missed over these 9 months, but yeah, because she really treating this nigga terrible.
Like,
I'm not understanding.
I would understand, which I guess I get it. Okay, at the end of the day, you know, so you understand, like, he left Condola, or like broke up with Condola and went back to Issa, and then Condola hit him up, and then he was still like, I'm gonna still fuck with Issa, and we're gonna figure this out together, whatever we're gonna do on the
But
side.
that's still spiteful though. That's
Yeah, I'm
just
saying
you
that is spite, but I feel like I have to put in that mirror.
That's
Somebody's gonna respond and be like, "Yeah, I don't get the whole story."
Yeah.
No, I do.
Yeah,
I understand every single part about what's going on with their actual engagement, but I just don't understand why when a woman. I feel like when a woman is weaponizing your child. And I feel like that's what I would call it a little bit. It's not terribly bad yet, but a woman is...
He actually said that, when they're just not using the word weaponized. Like in
Yeah.
that last scene when he was like, "Now you using it against me."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When a woman's basically weaponizing your child, you know what I'm saying, in that manner, you kind of can't compare, you know what I'm saying, to their problems. And they have had problems, and I'm glad he acknowledged that, you know what I'm saying, because like Lawrence, I don't even think really was there for those problems, but I'm glad he acknowledged, you know what I'm saying, we had our problems. This is what really happened with us, you know what I'm saying, like I understand what you're going through. And Lawrence was like, no, you don't, because this is not the same thing, and it isn't the same thing.
Right.
So I feel like in a situation like that, you can only listen as much as somebody's been, and then you gotta make your own decision. I'm assuming, you know, so Lawrence doesn't have a lot of people that are in that situation, you know. I feel like your parents are good people to ask, no matter if they're good or bad parents too. I feel like you can gain something from perspective of the people that raised you and what you would want to do better. Grandparents, if they're alive.
Or what if your parents, back to Lawrence's situation, your parents been married 30, 40 years. They're also speaking from, and that's another reason why I was like, I understand why he said Derek and Tiffany weren't like in the same because they're married, but they also have a child in the sort of same age range. You ask a parent, they done got to the point to where the child has grown up and they have grown up enough to understand where they went wrong and what they would and would not do. And hindsight is always 20/20.
I mean, hindsight is always 20/20, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like with them, it's different because that's what I'm saying. I'm not completely hating on Condola. Controller. I'm not hating on her at all in her decision because she had valid points too. I don't want to make it sound like I'm all on Lawrence's side. Condola had points. Nigga, you only show when you want to. Obviously, that's, you know what I'm saying, a little, you know, jumbled around, you know what I'm saying.
The nigga lives in, so.
This nigga's catching a flight.
I had to do my math. He lives in San Francisco.
It's like an hour and 32 hours.
It's not. Oh, by flying, yes.
I mean,
flying.
Yeah.
San Francisco to LA, flying is like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
By car, it's 6 hours.
Yeah. It's a pretty long distance.
That's crazy. Yeah. Like if they weren't in California, he would have had to probably travel if he was like living in South Carolina, that's like 2-3 states. Yeah. Virginia, bro. Like that's literally like 2-3 states.
From where we are, you could definitely make it to Virginia. Or maybe even
Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like 2-3 states, my nigga.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like when I put that in perspective, it's like this nigga is catching a flight.
He's trying his best. He's literally trying his best.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like she's taking that out of there and being like, damn, you're never here. And this nigga's like, you know, like that's probably if he's getting frequent flyer miles. You know what I'm saying? That might be he's making $100 ticket a month.
But then it's
a day. A week.
But then it's also
I said like 3 different time scales.
Yeah, I don't know where you was going with this now. But then it's also like where I was like kind of baffled with the energy she was giving him was like you said, he's flying back and forth, right?
Yeah.
But he could prevent all that flying back and forth if you just let him have the child for, you know, a night or 2 or a week. He literally bought a crib, built the crib. I'm gonna let y'all niggas know. DJ probably can tell you too because he has a child. I done built 3 cribs. I am a goddaddy to 2 childs and I got a little cousin. I done built 3 cribs. Them junks is not easy to put together. Them junks take forever. Yeah, you gotta stop with them shots, bro. You gotta stop with them shots, bro.
This weekend's not gonna be lit, Belly.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. But he bought the junk, put it together, has like the baby's whole like own little setup and everything. For her to not even let him touch the child. Like when he walked in the house the one time and he was like, all right, you said I could take him overnight. The baby was already crying and fussing. He grabs him. Or I don't want to say grab because that sounds kind of violent. She hands him to him.
Yeah.
And within like 10 seconds of him holding the baby, she's like, okay, I can calm him down faster than you can. Ma'am, you obviously can't because he was crying when I walked in the door.
Like what you're basically saying, number one, is that like this nigga Lawrence doesn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like your first statement. And then number 2, you're not letting him be there. And number 3 is like, you know what I'm saying, you're kind of pushing him out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like these steps happen. And these are examples, I feel like, of how this shit starts out. And it's like you always wonder, you're saying like, I've talked about this before. We talk about this, you know what I'm saying? Like, of how father is the villain.
Ends up being a deadbeat. Because niggas don't know what's going on behind the scenes. The mama could be like contraceptive and not allow the father to see the child. Like she literally be like, I don't want you to hold him. I don't want you to touch him. I don't want you to look at him. But I do want you to be here to help raise him. And because you aren't, I'm not going to let you do anything. After a while, it get like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to keep trying to fight you.
Yeah. That's the shit that is, that's kind of like mad annoying to me about,
And
the way the show...
It goes back to what you were saying about the in spite thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's like weaponizing your child, you know what I'm saying? Like she's being spiteful towards him. Yeah, you know, and I feel like the whole episode, I didn't even take it as that until like afterwards, and like it all unfolded. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like from the very jump, she kind of was like a little bit iffy to that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like we was asking about the baptism, like this nigga is trying, like it's, you know.
Trying.
I wish we had a woman, but Marquita, how do you feel about the show? How do you feel about Condoleezza Rice, in the way that she's doing my boy
I don't think
Lawrence?
she's right, but I feel like I can understand why she's upset.
Why?
Because like the whole they were together, then he went back to Issa and he said just keep me posted, and she was just keeping him posted, and then I feel like he got upset with that. But I mean, I understand he wants to be in the child's life and she's not letting him be there, but I mean, I feel like it's just a lot to kind of be by yourself for the whole however long it was to be separated by a couple hours. And then she was like leaning on her sister for that, so that's probably why her sister doesn't like him. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's a lot. I feel like from the way the episode ended, she's probably gonna move in with him and stay at his house to raise him, so then he can still work. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like y'all kind of said everything that I was thinking. Like, I don't think she's right by what she's doing, but I can understand why she's doing it.
Okay. I think they both were being very selfish.
Yeah.
I think they both were allowed their relationship to... Again, I don't have a child. But when a child is involved, at some point in time, you have to realize it is no longer my life. It is no longer your life. It is no longer our life. It is this child's life.
Facts.
Everything we do from here on out will affect this child.
Facts.
So the fact that Condoleezza was being spiteful and not allowing the father to be there is going to affect the child. The fact that Lawrence could have done a lot more to be there. I don't want people to be like, we're beating up on the woman, we're punching down or whatever. No, Lawrence could have done a lot more to actually be there. I will agree.
You know, Lawrence got that girl pregnant, you know what I'm saying? That
You
boy
know
out
what I'm
here
saying?
shooting
He
things up,
got,
boy.
you know what I'm saying?
Like-
Like that last scene when he was like, she was like, you left. He was like, to take a job that I already had before you ruined my life.
You know what I'm saying?
Sir, you also didn't have the nut inside of her.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, you was shooting that bitch up.
Niggas know how babies come.
It wasn't never no problem you was blowing that motherfucker up.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I'm saying? It wasn't never no problem you was running that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's no problem, huh?
Drilling holes in it.
You know what I'm saying? Well, there's no problem, huh?
So it wasn't never no problem then.
You beating them back in.
Now you want to have problems. Do you think Marquita kept mentioning earlier? She wished that Issa would have been there at the birthday party scene.
I did too. I want her to be there so bad, and especially when you knew Lawrence wanted her to be there. When he asked Kelly how was everyone else, and Kelly kind of comically, in the best Kelly way, but petty. Everybody that's attached to me is growing, thriving.
I feel like maybe she was there, came late, and then saw them and then left.
I think we're gonna get that perspective next episode, where she might have seen them together before.
And then left.
Yeah.
You think Godot is bad?
You're probably right, because Molly wasn't even there.
Yeah.
So they'd probably just like pull up late and then like saw them, and I didn't even think about that because Molly wasn't there for real.
Music to slide to. Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. Like in the time jump, like that's actually like the pinpoint when I was trying to figure out like, okay, is this the year later? Are we past the year? Are we in the middle of the year? Like where are we at in the year? Maybe Molly and Issa weren't even chilling still. Oh yeah, they were together because of the Stanford thing. Damn, maybe they're just on like their little like best friends. So maybe they were there. Yeah, it shouldn't add any context at all to like what time period we were actually in. But yeah, I definitely feel like I feel like we might get that little perspective in the next episode. And that might be how the story runs for the season. And if it does run like that, cool. If it doesn't have anything to do with
Talking
this,
about like back and forth type of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like it'll be Issa's perspective, then it'll be Lauren's perspective, then it'll be Issa's perspective, then it'll be like type of thing.
yeah, I grew up in Mali, but I wish we didn't have to.
You think so?
I mean, I feel like
every
all
Mali-
the promo.
I feel like every
we've
Molly
been told
episode
that
is
there's
Issa's episode though.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's like a joint.
I feel like we want to see more. I don't want to say we want. There's nobody that wants to.
Nigga, I like Molly. I don't know why you keep saying this.
Not like I'm saying like I don't like her. I'm just saying I don't want like solo Molly stories. They're boring. Like the Thanksgiving shit last year.
At this point, I don't anymore because y'all have given us everything y'all could give us about. Y'all have given us everything y'all could give us about Molly at this point. So no, I would not want like a solo Molly episode now.
Yeah, I don't know if I need Molly giving us the vibes. You know, I don't know if that's necessarily what I need for the rest of the season. I don't know, man. I really do want a Kelly episode now. More. I feel like they're giving us heavy. It's heavy,
episode.
boy. It's heavy.
Boy.
The Kelly is heavy, boy. They're spooning it on.
Boy, every episode of Kelly, I'm just like, she must have a spinoff. Must be, because y'all giving us more information about this woman in these 3 episodes than y'all have ever given us in the 4 seasons.
They are feeding us a lot of Kelly, and I'm okay with
Like
it.
how he was like, she stopped drinking. I didn't know she had a drinking problem.
I kind of knew that.
How? What led to that?
She's always drunk, and in the first season they were talking about.
Is
the
she
hot tub.
always drunk or is she always just the party friend that's drinking?
I mean, I feel like we don't. I feel like as her not being like Issa's best friend, we never see her in a setting where it's not a gathering.
That's why.
So it'd be hard
I
to
was
not-
like, is she drunk or is she just drinking?
But I feel like people have made statements about it, like not like you have a drinking problem and she should quit drinking. They definitely have commented that she's always drunk. I feel like when people start saying stuff like that, they're starting to think about making that statement. And maybe that's an off-camera thing. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I remember hearing anything like that. But you could be right. I could be absolutely wrong. But no, that was a thing. The first episode, how'd she get a podcast when that happened?
Just a whole bunch about this woman that I feel like we should.
But they're also like kind of giving us piece by piece.
I feel like she's not the awkward black girl.
Which is why I'm like,
She doesn't strike me.
she must have a spinoff.
I hope.
I
That'd be dope.
hope so too.
That'd be some dope shit.
Call that bitch Prentice Preguntas.
What?
That's the name of her podcast.
What is it?
Prentice Preguntas.
Prentice Preguntas. What does Preguntas mean?
Questions in Spanish, and her last name is Prenny.
Wow.
It's a dope podcast name.
Prentice Preguntas. I'm trying to think about anything else about the show that we care about, or anything else that we can talk about before we hop off. What's up, Shad?
I think we really touched on everything. What's up, Shot? I think we did really touch on everything though. Like it was a heavy episode, but like it really was like one topic the entire time.
Yeah.
And like you can literally, like you say, ball it down to communication.
Yeah.
Even from the first scene, the communication on how the child was born was kind of poor. Like he got a text message at a date, like, "Hey, your son here, nigga." Shorty said,
yeah.
She
like,
said-
what if that happened?
She was like, "What was what she really said?" Oh, could you imagine?
Yeah, could
She
you
was like,
imagine?
"Could you imagine?"
He was like,
He was like,
"Man,
"Oh,
I gotta
this
go."
should be enough. You have a good night."
All I gotta say is wherever this nigga, and I believe it, bro. Wherever this nigga Lawrence work is, he is getting paid.
He is getting paid.
He is getting paid, nigga. That flight
He's
money is
getting-
crazy.
nigga, flying back
He
and
had-
forth every week.
He gave Shorty a couple bills, boy. A couple.
That
You know
nigga
what
said
I'm
this
saying?
should cover everything.
Damn,
What?
boy. You know, I would have dined and dashed.
Man, what? I'd have been out of there. You better come with me, nigga. Come on, sis, get up.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy.
Yeah, whatever he working at is, which also is like brings into the fact that where like you're thinking, okay, he wanted to be with his child, he would have just moved down there or whatever, or did what he had to do to be with his child. But like, that's this nigga dream job, making his dream type of money.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. One of the things, and I know you mentioned a thing earlier. He was like, that was really personal for me. I think one of the things about Lawrence, like, I don't really feel that much. I do feel a connection to him, obviously, in some regards, and like some of the different things I watch throughout the show. I'm like, damn, they really be doing this nigga bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel very similar to that. Not just being a black man, but like being me. One of the things I feel like that sticks out the most, and I hope this isn't like a long like talking point that I get on. I think the part of the show, from like a third person perspective, like just looking at it, but also what you like the grand scheme of
But
life
being
as well,
able
like
to see
being able to
everything.
turn out into life and being like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Looking at it like that. One of the biggest things I think that kind of bothers me a little bit about it is that Lawrence, we could argue, made one mistake. I wouldn't necessarily call it a mistake. You know, saying the thing in the first season with Issa where he just didn't have a job, you know, things like that. Like
Right.
she didn't feel like he's putting in effort. You can boil that down to as this mistake. Let's say that's his
I'm with you.
mistake.
Let's
You
just
know,
play game.
let's say that's his
Let's just
mistake.
play ball. How all the women play ball every time we say Issa was dirty, and they be like, "Well, he wasn't doing nothing."
Yeah, let's say
So
that's
let's
his
just play
mistake.
ball.
This nigga's life, he's like, I feel like he's like evidence of like you can literally do wrong. You know,
As
not
a black
necessarily-
man, as a black man.
Yeah, as a black man, you
Please
don't
make sure you add as a black man.
you don't get to make mistakes almost, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like when women talk about this whole Lawrence thing, this nigga really has not done anything. He not anything to like harm another human being, as opposed to the show like where
he did one, like you said, one.
Yeah,
let's
one
call
flaw,
It, let's
one
call
flaw.
it a flaw.
Yeah.
One flaw is that he did not have a job for half a season.
Half?
It wasn't even the whole season. It was half a season.
by the end of the season he was working at the first
He
little
was
tech
at-
company
right.
or whatever. He had moved
But he
from
was at Best Buy
Yeah, you know
before
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah,
So like
that
he was
nigga
like,
making
I
moves.
gotta make some money. So I got you. I'll get a little job, and now I'm making my real money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So his one flaw, like you said, was that he didn't have a job for half a season, and for 5 seasons he has been paying for it.
It is so. Yeah, that's like one of like the biggest like standouts because I feel like it does shout to realism in life, but it's also like, damn, bro, like you could literally, well, not even say like make a flaw or have a flaw because everybody has flaws, or like everybody does flawed things. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes
has those days.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Everybody
lapses
has
of
those-
judgment type of things. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But I just feel like it's like one of those things where it's like, damn, like you kind of have this cloud of negativity that hovers over you forever from there. You know?
Yeah, and it's one of the reasons why Lawrence is like my favorite character, because I think I can connect with him the most out of any of the characters. Even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just saying because he's a man or whatever, because I have watched plenty of shows or movies where I can connect with the female character more so than anything, which is, you know, one of the reasons why I say I like Molly, because I can connect with her on some level, some extent.
Yeah.
But like even like a few episodes of the podcast ago when like I was really arguing hard down with Christina about the whole Lawrence situation, because I'm like, I really feel for bruh. He really, in the grand scheme of things, didn't do anything wrong. Like you said, he didn't harm anyone.
That's what.
Not physically, not mentally, not spiritually. He didn't do anything wrong. The only thing he did wrong, and this is what I had to come to grips with, and it really hurts me saying it like this. The only thing this man did wrong was having a dream.
Facts.
And he's being punished for his dream.
Facts.
And he's been punished for his dream for 5 seasons, however long that timeline is in like the show's world. But for 5 seasons, he's been punished for having a dream.
And even if you look at like small stuff, bro, you can go to like you can go to the fucking, because I feel like I mentioned this a lot. You can go to that threesome thing, bro, where he got the STD from it. Like we talk about a lot of times like we don't.
His fault.
You know what I'm saying? We talk about a lot of times like we don't like to demonize black people. I feel like Lawrence has definitely been demonized by the writers of the show, bro. Like this nigga has a lot of negative pitfalls. Like he has like a lot of like I feel like he's out of the 3, because I'm gonna keep calling him 3 main characters, even though I really don't feel like Molly like is there. You know, I feel like
This episode is called Lawrence Support Group.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, like
Honestly.
But I feel like out of the 3 main characters, like they kind of like let Molly and Issa survive their negatives, or like if they do something that's crazy, and it's been a lot.
And they kind of bounce back.
And they bounce back.
They get the bounce back.
This nigga
Not
Lawrence,
immediately, but they do get the bounce
you know what I'm
back.
saying? This nigga Lawrence, I guess he does bounce back technically, but like it doesn't feel
But he
like
don't
it.
really.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like it.
Like if you have a financial breakthrough, that means nothing if emotionally, spiritually, and physically you are just drained.
Yeah.
Now the nigga has enough money to take those flights back and forth, but taking those flights is physically taxing.
Facts.
You have enough money to now have your child in the house with you, but you're dealing with the baby mother who won't let you deal with your child. That's emotionally taxing.
That's just crazy, bro. That shit is crazy.
Like, this man is really going through all of this for having a dream, and it breaks my heart.
It's kind of crazy because I like, now I'm thinking about it, out of like the 3 shows or the 5 shows, whatever number you'd break down, it's like this commentary of life genre. That's what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the only show that, like, he's the only character that kind of like faces repercussions to an extent consistently.
Yeah.
I feel like Issa, I really do not feel like they like face repercussions or like any type of nothing. Or maybe it's just like we don't perceive it like that. I don't know. Like, I guess like,
I don't know. Maybe it's us looking at it from a male perspective, probably. But I'm trying my hardest to sit and think about a time when Issa or Molly really made a mistake and then had to like sit with it, live with it, and it ruined them.
facts. And it was substantial, like ruin them, but like ruin them, like, cause you know niggas will be like, yeah, this is really big to me, but like you can move on, like these things that happen to Lawrence are like,
He really can't move on.
these are things that like niggas become jaded over, you know? This is what creates a spiteful, jaded, angry nigga.
Yeah, honestly, if Issa doesn't cheat in the first episode, Condoleezza doesn't even exist. The baby doesn't exist. And I'm not saying that the baby should not exist. Listen, guys, don't take my words out of context. Anytime a child is brought into this earth, it is a beautiful thing. However, Issa doesn't cheat on Lawrence. The baby doesn't exist. Lawrence's mental state right now never comes into
You think
fruition.
Daniel wore a condom when they cheated? And this has been the Bad Text Podcast.
Yeah, guys, this has been the Bad Takes Podcast. I've been KJ.
I've been DJ.
We appreciate all you guys for those of you who watch, those of you who listen. We thank you guys for joining in on the podcast today. Leave us some questions, on the Manifest Effect Instagram. DM us some questions on some topics that you think would be interesting that you guys want to hear us talk about. Do us all a favor and watch Insecure, so we have people to talk to about the topics on this show that apparently nobody watches. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah, there we go.